Right now on Wake Up, breaking news. A second healthcare worker in Texas now battles the deadly Ebola virus. And this morning, shocking new numbers show it's spreading like wildfire.
Well, we are waking up to some cooler temperatures this Wednesday, but we are still talking about a few areas of showers. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up.
In court, he was once Mid-Michigan's most wanted man, and today a trial is expected to begin for a local man accused of killing his girlfriend.
And dumb criminals. Two men join their friend behind bars after showing up drunk to bail him out. But that's not all. It's time to Wake Up Mid-Michigan. It's Wednesday, October 15th.
Live and local with coverage you can count on. This is WNEM TV5 Wake Up.
Good Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Colette Boyd.
And I'm Craig McMorris. Happy you could be with us. And a little bit wet out there, a little bit cool, but not too bad for this time of year.
A little foggy.
Yeah.
But it's refreshing. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's cool
down.
compared to yesterday morning when it was just very stuffy outside.
It
So
was.
it is a little cooler for us this morning. We do have some areas of fog, and we're also tracking a couple isolated showers. So you guys really nailed it. All right, this is your first Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar at MBS in 3D. The majority of you are dry this morning, but if you're in Midland, Bay City, Saginaw, just be aware we do have some areas of fog. As of right now, visibilities are fine, and most of you are at least at 5 miles. Heading into Flint and the Grand Blanc area, also looking at some drier weather, but you certainly have that cloud cover. A very few isolated showers for us this morning. So northern Lapeer County, north of North Branch, we do have rain moving through Kingston, Wilmot, and Deaford, and this does continue to move on up to the north. So Cass City, you'll likely be seeing some of this rain making its way into your area shortly this morning. But for the most part, again, we're looking at some drier conditions. Very light showers through Iosco and Ogama counties. Right along US 127, though, you are dry. Let's check in on some of our rainfall totals. This is in the past 24 hours, so see how much we got yesterday. Over 3/4 of an inch in the Tri-Cities, almost 1 inch if you are in Oscoda, over 1/2 of an inch in Houghton Lake, and just 4/10 of an inch for those of you in Flint. So many of you did get a rather good soaking for yesterday. Temperatures are cooler than yesterday morning, but we are still on the warm side for this time of the year. Our average low is 40, so we're anywhere from about 15 to 20 degrees above that. So 60 right now in the Tri-Cities, Alma 57, Caro, you're at 57 degrees, Flint, you're at 59 degrees. For your day part forecast, we'll be in the upper 50s at 9 o'clock, low 60s for your lunch hour, mid 60s this afternoon. So temperature-wise, we're going to be warm for this time of the year, but you'll notice we are keeping that chance for a few nuisance showers in our forecast. Not everyone is going to see the rain, though. I'll take a closer look at this Wednesday forecast coming up.
Let's take a live look over I-75 in Genesee County as we take a look at the traffic conditions there. It's moving along just fine, as you can see. No problems to report right now. In the Tri-Cities, the same story on I-75 between Bertrand and Saginaw as we take a look at the MDOT web page. Traffic going about 70 miles per hour along that stretch of road, according to the green stripe there. We'll have another check of traffic in just a few minutes.
A breaking news alert right now. A second healthcare worker tests positive for Ebola and works at the same hospital where a man died from the virus last week.
Right now, health officials will not specify her position, but say they tested positive early this morning and immediately moved into isolation.
Now, it's the second employee at that hospital to contract the disease after treating Eric Duncan. The CDC says the agency could have done more to prevent the disease from spreading, and now it will.
We will put a team on the ground within hours with some of the world's leading experts in how to take care of and protect healthcare workers from Ebola infection.
The virus is spreading at an alarming rate overseas. Shocking new numbers from the World Health Organization show 10,000 new cases could pop up each week within the next 2 months.
Now, President Obama will discuss the outbreak with European allies on a conference call later today. And the coverage of this breaking news story continues on CBS this morning, and that begins immediately following Wake Up right here on WNEM TV5.
Ebola isn't the only worry for hospitals. Cases of the flu are beginning to spring up across Michigan. Doctors say it appears the flu is hitting early this year, with several cases already confirmed across the state. And health experts say it could be a strong year for the virus. The doctors say it is preventable with a flu shot.
And happening today, he was once Mid-Michigan's most wanted man, but today, Michael Lawrence returns to court where jury selection will begin in the second murder trial.
Lawrence accused of killing his girlfriend, Angelica Olivares, last year. WNEM TV5's Elena Holland live and local now in Saginaw with more on that. Elena.
Hi, good morning, guys. So today, that courtroom battle continues for Michael Lawrence for his second murder trial, this time for his girlfriend and the mother of his son, Angelica Olivares. Now, she was found strangled to death. But as this trial is just beginning, there's already questions of witness tampering. Recently, Lawrence sent a birthday card to his 5-year-old son while he was in prison. And prosecutors say the card told the son things will get better. And now the judge has to determine, because of this card, if the boy is an incompetent witness for his mother's murder trial. So today in court, it all begins with a jury selection today. Lawrence is charged with an open court of murder and could face life in prison without the possibility of parole. And we will have continuing coverage on the trial, of course, today. So stay with us here on TV5. Live in Saginaw, Elena Holland, WNEM, TV5 Wake Up.
Thanks, Elena. Lawrence is already serving a life sentence without parole. He was convicted in the shooting death of 6-year-old Layla Jones in Saginaw in 2012.
2 Mount Pleasant men are behind bars after a chase through 2 counties. 21-year-old Thomas Hayter faces several felony charges, including home invasion and auto theft. Now, he was arrested with 17-year-old Corey Johnson. The Morning Sun reports the chase took Isabella deputies into Gratiot County and ended when the car landed in a bean field. Both are suspected in a series of thefts. And 2 men now face charges in connection to an armed robbery. These 2, Niger Fant and Robert Carter, were both arrested on armed robbery and felony firearm charges. Police say the incident happened in Flint back in July when the duo robbed 2 men at gunpoint. Both are being housed in the Genesee County Jail this morning.
New this morning, new revelations about Nazi leader Adolf Hitler. Reports say he was a hardcore drug addict. The Daily Mail out of London says Hitler relied on an array of drugs while ruling Nazi Germany, mainly crystal methamphetamine. The report also says he used cocaine and morphine. A documentary on his drug use will air on British television this weekend. New this morning, alcohol can sometimes make folks do dumb things.
Don't say. And 2 men in Indianapolis learned that lesson the hard way. And that's our morning talker today.
Get a load of this. These 2 men arrested after showing up to jail to bail out their friend who was busted for underage drinking.
Wow, talk about dumb. The only problem, they were both underage too and showed up to the jailhouse drunk.
Police were quick to notice the alcohol in their breaths and made both undergo a breathalyzer.
Well, police say their blood alcohol content was actually twice the legal limit. They were hit with minor in possession charges.
The guy on the right is really hilarious.
I don't think it's really hit him yet.
No.
The guy on the left, maybe. I can't tell if he's just too far gone.
The only thing missing was if they brought a bottle of booze in with them to the jail. I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
We got something like that. Maybe some drugs on them. I don't know. This is horrible. It's dumb. Yeah. Dumb criminals, right? That's what they call it.
Just give them their buddy. Yeah, I'll do. WNEM TV5 News Time 608.
A taste of the holidays will soon fill your glass. Coming up, when you can get your hands on Frankenmuth Brewery's Christmas Town Ale.
It's time for this week's Top 5 on 5. We're looking for the best pumpkin patch in the Tri-Cities and Genesee County.
So just get us those nominations. You can post them to our Facebook page or email us at WNEM@WNEM.com.
Before we go to the commercial break, let's take a live look over I-675 in downtown Saginaw, where, as you can see, traffic is moving along just fine. No problems to report there. You're watching TV5 Wake Up.
With coverage you can count on. Now your First Warn 5 forecast with meteorologist Lauren Fahrencrew.
Well, good morning. Most of you are waking up to a drier start to your Wednesday. Certainly have that cloud cover out there that you can see in your First Warn 5 sky tracker. A few lingering showers for us this morning, mainly in northern Lapeer County and Tuscola counties, and then also from Iosco County stretching into Ogama County has some very light rain. So most of you are dry. However, throughout the day, we are still going to see some of these nuisance showers circulating through mid-Michigan. It's all part of the same system that we had yesterday bringing us the rain, but we're not going to see the coverage and intensity of the rain that we had yesterday. So So again, much more scattered, and it's going to be lighter. 59 degrees right now in the Tri-Cities along with Flint. This is still above average for this time of the year, but about 10 degrees cooler than where we were at this time yesterday. 56 Mount Pleasant, Bad Axe, you are waking up to 57 degrees. So for today, again, we're going to look for a couple of showers. Bring your umbrella along, and just a light sweater this morning as we are in the 50s, but you'll notice with our afternoon high temperatures, you won't need that jacket. Let's check it out with the first Warm 5 microcast. We're above average again today. Right along I-75, we'll be in the mid-60s. 65 Clio, Grand Blanc high of 64 degrees today. M55, you'll be at 63 degrees. Tawas City, Westbridge, 64. Houghton Lake, 62. And then closer to the shoreline, 60 in Seaboing, Bay City, 64. Au Gres, 63. We'll take a closer look at some of your Wednesday lingering showers coming up in your first Warm 5 hour-by-hour forecast.
Thank you, Lauren. WNEM TV 5 News time is 6:12.
One Direction set to release its next music video, and it will have a very unlikely star featured. That's next on Wake Up. WNEM TV 5 News time is 6:15 as we take a live look at the campus of CMU, where you can see that we have a little bit of rain. It's a little bit foggy. It's 56 degrees cooler than yesterday at this time, and I don't think the rain is going away, at least for a while. Meteorologist Lauren Farnkrueg has the answer to that in just a bit.
But first, let's take a look at stories that are trending right now on WNEM.com. A second man now faces charges in the deadly shooting of a 60-year-old man. 19-year-old Christopher Parker Glover faces charges of first-degree murder in the August shooting of Brent Simpson. Police say it happened following an argument on Flint's North Side. He is due in court next week for an evidence hearing.
President Obama warns the fight against ISIS could be a long one. While meeting with military leaders from 21 countries yesterday, he says despite airstrikes, ISIS continues to gain ground in Syria and Iraq. Turkey has complicated the fight, launching airstrikes against Kurdish rebels within its own borders. The U.S. and allies would prefer Turkey fight ISIS instead.
Well, One Direction will share screen time with Danny DeVito. The It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia star will appear in the video for the boy band's latest single, Steal My Girl. Niall Horan and DeVito both tweeted photos of the actor on set. You can see them there. Steal My Girl is the first single from One Direction's upcoming album titled 4. Remember, you can get up-to-the-minute headlines all day long. Just head over to WNEM.com.
There's a big issue on the November ballot in Shiawassee County, and it could have a huge impact on public safety there. The undersheriff says if a public safety millage fails, 14 deputies will lose their jobs. On the table, a millage that would cost homeowners an additional $75 per month on average. All that money would go towards funding for the sheriff's department. The money would also free up general funding to maintain county parks and other county services.
A school district has a new superintendent this morning, at least for the time being. Dr. Kelly Petros succeeds Dr. Carlton Jenkins in Saginaw. Petros has the job on an interim basis. The school board accepted Jenkins' resignation last night. Jenkins begins a new job next week in the Atlanta, Georgia School District.
A taste of the holidays comes a little early here in mid-Michigan, but Frankenmuth Brewery says its Christmastown Ale will be available beginning next Tuesday. This is the second year for the beer, which sold out weeks earlier than expected when it debuted last year. The brewery says it features several holiday flavors and is an ode to the city's longtime Christmas tradition.
With coverage you can count on. Now your first Warn 5 forecast with meteorologist Lauren Farnkrueg.
We are starting out our Wednesday with some cooler temperatures compared to yesterday. However, we're still running above average for this time of the year, so not quite as cool as what you might expect for a mid-October morning. We do have a couple lingering showers, very isolated in nature throughout mid-Michigan, and that's basically what we'll see throughout the day. Let's go ahead and get you to your first Warn 5 pinpoint Doppler radar at MBS in 3D. So the majority of you are waking up to some drier weather this morning. Certainly have the cloud cover out there, a few areas of patchy fog, but for the most part your visibilities are fine and at least 5 miles. So Midland, Bay City, Saginaw, dry for you. A nice drive down I-75 heading toward the Flint area. I-69 also looking at some drier weather. But we'll zoom into this one isolated shower that we have in eastern Tuscola County. So some showers in the Kingston, Wilmot, and Deaford area heading toward Cass City, but this is weakening as it goes north. So we are going to see that falling apart here shortly. today. A little farther to the north, some very light showers, mainly north of M55, stretching from Iosco County back out to the west into Ogama County. But again, the majority of you are dry for this morning, and as we go throughout today, we'll just see a few of these nuisance showers hanging around mid-Michigan. Let's give you a live picture outside over Saginaw. Sunrise this morning will be at 7:49. Temperatures at 60 degrees. So again, we are a little bit cooler than yesterday, but this is still above average for this time of the year. Southerly wind is at 7 miles per hour. We'll keep that on the light side for today. Let's check out your other temperatures. You're at 59 degrees in the Flint area. Bad Axe, Caro, you're at 57 degrees. Mid-50s for Mount Pleasant, 55 degrees this morning in Houghton Lake. So we are a little bit cooler than yesterday morning. You'll certainly notice that temperature change as you're heading out the door. About 10 degrees colder than where we were at this time yesterday morning. This is your first Warn 5 Sky Tracker, where yesterday we had a system bringing us some rather widespread and heavy rain. That system is still in the vicinity, so we are going to see a couple of these lingering nuisance showers from that today and even into tomorrow. But we are talking about the amount of coverage or intensity of rain that we had yesterday. So I'll walk you through your Wednesday, first Warn 5 hour-by-hour forecast. This is 8 o'clock this morning. Notice most of you will be dry, certainly seeing quite a bit of cloud cover, but we will be watching for a couple of those lingering showers as we go throughout the day, so you will want that umbrella. This is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Moving toward dinner time and into the evening hours, we will start to see drier air moving back in, so any lingering showers that we've had will certainly be drying up, and we'll be left with mostly cloudy skies. For tonight, this is 2 o'clock in the morning, mainly looking at the cloud cover. Can't rule out just a stray shower, but the majority of you will stay dry for your Wednesday night. We do have, though, a slight chance for showers still as we head into our Thursday, even into our Friday. But notice our temperatures for today and the rest of the work week will still be in the 60s. Now, this is above average for this time of the year. As we get into the weekend, you will notice a cool down heading into Saturday by about 10 degrees. So we're only talking mid-50s for Saturday, same for Sunday, and then we will start in next work week in the low 50s. So a bit cooler for us as we go into next week, a little more fall-like. So enjoy the warmer temperatures today, even if you are dodging one of those stray showers here and there.
Now, if I remember correctly, in Indian summers when you've had a freeze and then it warms up, we haven't had that happen yet, right? So there you go.
We've had some spots reach that freezing point, but I don't think that's...
Yeah.
Sunday looks really amazing, 54 and no rain. And
Yeah,
day to go out and enjoy it.
definitely. It'll be a little cooler, but we like not having the showers.
Go for a hayride.
Still get outside.
There you go.
Go to the cider mill, have cider and donuts.
WNEM TV5 News Time 621.
Guess what? We now have more than 125,000 people following us on Facebook. We want to say good morning and thank you to James Allen for posting on our wall. You can join the conversation too. Just click the like button at the top of our Facebook page.
Now with coverage you can count on, you're watching Sports Extra.
Tigers General Manager Dave Dombrowski held a season-ending press conference yesterday, and here are some of the most important statements from him. He says if they have to replace Max Scherzer, he's comfortable using players within the organization rather than signing a free agent. He expects Joe Nathan to start next season as a closer, but Nathan will have to prove himself in order to keep the job. Now, Dombrowski does not regret trading away Doug Fister, saying our starting pitching was not our downfall this year. Double D says don't blame the season on the pen either.
And I understand people single out our bullpen, but I can't say that that's the only reason. I think you win and you lose as a team. Our bullpen did not do well, particularly. I mean, game one, we had a very bad eighth inning. We imploded there, but it really didn't cost us the ball game per se. We were already losing at that point.
The Pistons will begin the regular season without shooting guard Jody Meeks. Meeks will be out 8 weeks due to a lower back injury. He scored 13 points in Detroit's preseason opener last Tuesday before suffering from back spasms. Meeks came to the team as a free agent in July, signing a 3-year deal worth just under $20 million.
Nice extra.
Now, Craig, I agree that Nathan has to prove himself in order to be the regular closer.
I don't know. I think he has proved himself over the years. I mean, he has been, pretty good over the years. So.
Last season, though. I need some more. I need some more fire in there.
Well, I'm sure they won't do that for you.
I'm sure they will. WNEM TV5 News Time is 6:26.
This year's Thanksgiving dinner may be cut a little short, all thanks to Black Thursday, and experts say you better get used to it.
Well, the widespread and heavy rain that we saw yesterday is out of here, but we are left with some lingering scattered showers for our Wednesday. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up.
Right now, wake up, new details about a controversial local police force. Now, leaders want the names of reserve officers to be made public.
Most of you are waking up to some drier weather, but we still have a couple of showers to talk about for Wednesday. I'll have your forecast coming up.
Black Thursday, and while you may have to cancel your Thanksgiving dinner plans if you hope to grab a great deal.
Ever wonder what's in your McDonald's meal? Well, now the fast food giant wants to answer your questions. It's time to wake up mid-Michigan. It's Wednesday, October 15th.
Live and local with coverage you can count on. This is WNEM TV5 Wake Up.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Craig McMorris.
Happy Hump Day, we made it. And I'm Colette Boyd. It's 6:30 on this Wednesday. A chilly start.
It's kind of cool out there.
Yeah. Certainly compared with yesterday.
My morning drive, I did have a little fog coming in.
We have the fog. We have a couple of isolated showers. So for the most part, this is forecast today is an improvement over yesterday's.
Yeah, it was pretty wet yesterday.
Yeah, and I decided to go outside around 5 o'clock yesterday evening when it was just coming down, and bad choice.
Yeah,
my rain jacket works though. So
that's good.
Less rain today?
Yes, certainly. Seeing the less rain for today.
That's good for you, right?
Right. Very isolated showers out there right now. We will see just a couple of spotty showers throughout today. Nothing like what we had yesterday. So most of you are waking up to some dry weather. We do have a little bit of patchy fog out there, so be aware of that on the roads. But for now, visibilities are okay, and that's more than 5 miles. So Midland, Bay City, Saginaw, you have mostly cloudy skies, dry conditions down I-75 along with I-69. We will zoom into this one isolated shower that we have in eastern Tuscola County near and east of Caro. So Kingston, you've had some light showers, same with Wilmot and Deford. Cass City, this is trying to make its way towards you, but it is starting to fall apart. So you may just see one of those nuisance showers for the morning hours. In Iosco County, mainly north of M55, we're looking at some light showers, same with Alcona County, and this does stretch into the far northeastern portions of Ogama County. So some of you looking at some light rain this morning, although the majority of you are dry for now. Well, let's check in on some of our rainfall totals from the past 24 hours. You are close to an inch in Oscoda. Again, we have a little bit more on the way for us. Over 3/4 of an inch in the Tri-Cities and 4/10 of an inch for those of you in the Flint area. So we won't be adding too much to those numbers today, but just be aware we do have some of those scattered showers in your forecast. 59 in the Tri-Cities and Flint, upper 50s, Bad Axe, Mount Pleasant, you're at 55 this morning. So this is cooler than yesterday, but we're still above our average low for this time of the year. At the bus stop, we'll be in the upper 50s, low 60s at noon, 64 for your afternoon temperature. So we will be above average for our highs today as well. I'll take a closer look at some of these scattered showers coming up.
If you are just heading out the door, there are no problems to report on US 10, as you see right there between Midland and Bay City. And we take a look at the MDOT website, you can see that it's all green. So you can drive, go 70 miles per hour. Remember that is the speed limit out there. And we'll have an update on the traffic conditions in just a few minutes.
And we do continue to follow that breaking news from Texas, where a second healthcare worker is being treated for the deadly Ebola virus. They work at Dallas Presbyterian Hospital. That's the same facility where Eric Duncan died from the virus last week. And another healthcare worker is currently being treated. Now, health officials will not specify a position, but say they tested positive early this morning and immediately moved into isolation. And the coverage of this breaking news story continues on CBS this morning, and that begins immediately following Wake Up right here on WNEM TV5.
New details this morning regarding Oakley's now controversial police force. While meeting last night in the Saginaw County Village, it approved a request to release the names of all its officers, including reserve officers, under the Freedom of Information Act. The board also called for all police department equipment returned, including badges. Oakley shut down its police department earlier this year because of insurance issues.
And happening today, he was once Michigan's most wanted man. But today, Michael Lawrence returns to court, where jury selection will begin in a second murder trial.
Lawrence, accused of killing his girlfriend, Angelica Olivares, last year. WNEM TV5's Elena Holland live and local now in Saginaw with more. Elena.
Hey, good morning, guys. So the courtroom battle continues today for Michael Lawrence on his second murder trial. And now this time it's for the murder of his girlfriend and mother of his son, Angelica Olivares. And now she was found strangled to death. But as this all begins today, there's already questions of witness tampering. Lawrence recently sent a birthday card to his 5-year-old son while he's in prison. And prosecutors say the card told the son things will get better. And now because of this card, the judge says he has to determine if the witness is incompetent for the murder of his mother. So today in court, it all begins today with a trial of and a jury selection. Lawrence is charged with an open count of murder and could face life in prison without the possibility of parole. And stay with TV5 today, as we'll have continued coverage throughout the day. Live here in Saginaw, Lena Holland, WNEM, TV5 Wake Up.
Thanks, Elena. Lawrence is already serving a life sentence with no chance of parole. He was convicted in the shooting death of 6-year-old Layla Jones in Saginaw in 2012.
New this morning, a second man now faces charges in the deadly shooting of a 60-year-old man. 19-year-old Christopher Parker Glover faces charges of first-degree murder in the August shooting of Brent Simpson. Now, police say it happened following an argument on Flint's north side. He's due in court next week for an evidence hearing.
General Motors will no longer use water from the Flint River, and that move will hit the city hard in the pocketbook. GM announced yesterday the water has too much chloride, and it's causing its parts to rust. For now, GM will use water from Flint Township until the pipeline from Lake Huron to Genesee County is completed in 2016. The Flint Journal reports that will cost the city of Flint about $400,000 a year.
And new this morning, Black Friday, well, it could be a thing of the past. And if you want to grab a good deal, be ready to skip your Thanksgiving dinner. Macy's is the first major retailer to announce it will be open Thanksgiving Day, with doors opening even earlier this year at 6 p.m. Even more are likely to follow, and experts say consumers now accept the Thanksgiving shopping habit and predict even more Thanksgiving Day spending this year.
Rumors have been swirling for years. What's really in your chicken McNuggets and other McDonald's food items?
All right, well, now the fast food giant wants to answer those questions for you, and that's our Morning Talker today.
McDonald's wants to launch an informational campaign called Our Food. Your questions on its website.
Curious customers can find out how McNuggets are made or what kind of meat is actually in its burgers, all in detailed videos.
McDonald's also wants to put to rest what it calls the myth that its food contains pink slime.
Which just sounds disgusting anyway. Yeah. So it's good to put that to rest. A lot of people don't like to eat food if they don't know what's inside of it.
Yeah, if they don't know where it's coming from, exactly what's in it.
Nutritional value, all of those good things.
Well, people can go right to that information and try and get some reports.
Yeah, and actually look at it. The videos are going to have videos on there.
So there you go.
So you can watch it.
WNEM TV5 News Time 637.
Well, he tried to win her back for months, but it appears Robin Thicke is over Paula Patton. Coming up, what he's doing this week to prove it.
And it's time for this week's Top 5 on 5. We're looking for the best pumpkin patch in the Tri-Cities and Genesee County.
Get us those nominations. You can post them to our Facebook page or email us at WNN@WNN.com.
Before we go to the commercial break, let's take a live look over I-75 in Genesee County, where the traffic flow is smooth right now. You're watching TV5 Wake Up.
With coverage you can count on. Now your first Warn 5 forecast with meteorologist Lauren Fahrenkrug.
Well, good morning. Most of you are off to a drier start to your Wednesday, although we are still looking at a couple of isolated showers this morning. This is your first Warn 5 Sky Tracker. You'll notice dry weather for the majority of you, also looking at a bit of cloud cover. We have one isolated shower in eastern Tuscola County that's starting to dry up. And then mainly near and north of M55, we are looking at a couple of light showers as well. But again, most of you are dry this morning. We will continue to see that chance for some scattered showers as we go throughout today. This is all from the same system that brought us the very heavy and widespread rain yesterday. Although the intense rain is out of our area, we're still going to look at a couple of nuisance showers over the next couple of days. Our lows so far this morning in the Tri-Cities, 59 degrees. Same with the Flint area. Normal this time of the year is 40 degrees. So we're still almost 20 degrees above our average low for this time of the year, but we are a little bit cooler than where we were at yesterday. So you'll notice the cool down as you head outside, although we normally have much cooler temperatures for mid-October morning. So again, 59 right now in the Tri-Cities, 56 Mount Pleasant. Bad Axe are currently at 57, same with Caro. Let's take a look at our high temperatures today. This is your first Warn 5 microcast. We will be above average. Normal this time of the year is 60 degrees. We'll be running in the mid-60s. So in Saginaw, 65. Frankenmuth high at 65. Chesney will be at 65 degrees today. Close to I-69, we'll see mid-60s. Lapeer and Flint, 65 degrees. Owasso, high of 64 today. And then the Thumb, very similar temperatures. Will be in the mid-60s. Bad Axe, Caro, along with Sandusky, you'll be at 64 degrees for your high. right. I'll take another look at some of these afternoon scattered showers coming up in your First Warn 5 hour-by-hour forecast.